location. You never know where I'm going to pop up. So if you see this pink truck on the highway, be sure to give me a toot of your air horn because my CB is still down. So what is the best gig in trucking? Is it flatbed? Is it dry van? Is it dedicated OTR? Like, what is it? That is what I'm going to be talking about today. I've been doing this 9 years. I've been around the block a few times. I've seen quite a few things. So I'm going to give you my honest opinion today. But before we get into that, I wanted to do a quick mention of the sponsor of today's video, which anybody who's been here on the channel a while knows. And the new sponsors are finding out quickly that I am very picky with who I sponsor with. And I only mention companies that I legit think are freaking awesome. So with that being said, I wanted to tell you about this company, DVL Express. They have been in operation over 9 years. They have approximately 350 trucks on the road, and they are looking to work with new owner-operators just like you, if you're an owner-operator. And I would highly suggest you check them out because this company looks freaking awesome. The owner-operators that currently work for them are taking in approximately $35,000. Yes, that's $35,000 a month. Like, there's money at DVL Express. They have dedicated lanes, which I'm going to be talking about here in a minute because I love dedicated. They also have terminals in Illinois and Pennsylvania. And they have free secured parking, which is very important as a truck driver. You don't want to leave your car in some parking lot somewhere and then it disappear on you. They also have a 16-bay truck shop that provides a full range of services at lower prices, specifically geared towards owner-operators. This is another thing I really like about them. They work with no more than 5 owner-operators at a time per dispatch. That way they can focus on you, the driver, and keeping you moving and doing what you do best. DVL Express takes care of their drivers and owner-operators. Now this is cool. At the yard, they provide free laundry, a resting zone, unlimited refreshing drinks, a gym, an LA Fitness membership all over the USA, monthly cash rewards for safe driving. Should always be there for good drivers. Also, owner-operators can lease for a new flatbed trailer if they join DVL Express right now. So what are you waiting for? Check them out right now. Link in the description box and I'll pin it in the comments for you guys. They look freaking awesome. Like, I was checking out all the photos and video clips and I just love mentioning good companies. Like, companies that give a shit about the drivers. Like, literally. That's what I care about. So now, what is the best gig in transportation, in Brittany's opinion? And I will tell you, it is. I know, that was a wonderful time for an ad, wasn't it? I did that on purpose. It's called being a smart creator. When you start your YouTube, you do the same thing. It keeps interest. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. You won't be sorry. So the truth is, it really comes down to the individual person. And I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. Indeed, some gigs pay a lot more than others in transportation. Like, a lot. There's a huge difference. Like, I've met drivers that do half the work, literally, that other drivers are doing, and they're getting paid twice as much. Like, there's a huge variance. But here's my point. I was interviewing a CEO of a company over on my podcast channel, The Brittany Richardson Experience. And I was talking to this successful CEO, and he said something so key. People who chase after the money, if all you care about is the money, and that's what you're chasing after, you're going to ultimately set yourself up for failure. And here's what I mean. The things that you're passionate about as a person, the things that I'm passionate about as a person, aren't always things that are going to make you and I money. And I have studied so much on business and investing and how to manage money. And it makes sense because you could be extremely passionate about some charity effort, but it's simply not going to pay your bills. You could have all the care in the world about something, but it's going to be something you're going to have to volunteer your time for, or it's going to be something that maybe is not making enough money to support you and your family. But then on the same token, like, there are all these opportunities out there that pay all of this money, but yet deep down inside, you know, you don't give two shits about. Like, you don't. You're not passionate about it. You're just doing it just to get that paycheck. And don't get me wrong, you have to do what you have to do. I've been there. I've had to work some jobs I didn't want to work until I could put that money aside and get the hell out of there and do what I wanted to do. But here's the secret in life, and this will save you 10, 20, 30 years of frustration. What you need to do, and this is the CEO's advice, successful CEO of many companies, he said what you need to do is find where your passion meets opportunity. Because when the two come together and the income's there and also the passion is there, they're going to work together synergistically and become an unstoppable force of financial success in your life. Like, bottom line. So that being said, in my opinion, other than owner-operator, which I almost am at this point, I am paying this truck off every day, like, I'm watching the numbers go down. Owner-ops, in many cases, make a killing if you can find a good company. Hence the sponsor of today's video. But the thing you also have to keep in mind, there is a lot of responsibility with it. You know, it's going to cost you a lot of money to replace tires, and the time that you're losing if your truck goes down for some odd reason because you got to replace something. So you got to be smart with your money. You got to know how to budget it and take that responsibility and make sure that that's something that's up your alley. For me, it's more freeing. To some extent, it just feels more freeing to me to just pay for something myself and have it budgeted in my business model, because I feel like it's empowering to me as an almost owner operator. Give me another year and a half, hopefully. Keep your fingers crossed. As a business owner myself, like, there's such an empowering feeling of knowing that you, with your own hard work and your own two hands, you went out there, you built something, you made it happen. You worked hard, you budgeted your money, something fails, you pick the tire shop, you go where you want, you get the tires you want, and it's your prerogative to be picky. You can say, I only want this model of tire because I feel like it's proven to be best. I'm the owner, give me those tires. I just like that. But it's not for everybody. There are people that are not good with numbers and may not like that sort of thing. Other than owner-operator, in my opinion, dedicated's where it's at. Like, just from my experience in 9 years of truck driving, I've done hauled pneumatic trailers, dry powdered cement in those pressurized trailers. I've done tankers, chemical trucks, and oil-filled stuff, and that all pays really well. Like, it really does. But I'll tell you with me, this is where you have to find where your passion meets the income opportunity. Because I'll tell you, in the oil field work, it was stop and go. I was constantly delivering chemicals to different oil sites. And while it was exciting, and there are probably a lot of you watching that's like, oh, hell yeah, that's up my alley. It keeps me moving. Like, you drive 10, 15 minutes, you stop the truck, get out, deliver chemical. Get back in the truck, drive a little bit, deliver chemical. It drove me freaking batty. And I'll tell you why. Because I like the longest, like, boring ASS road that I can find. Because what I like behind the wheel is I like to better myself. I like to play audiobooks and listen to business trainings and podcasts, and I like to be able to dedicate my whole day to just learning. And when I have to get in and out of the truck constantly, stop, go, swap trailer, stop, go, it drives me freaking insane, because I keep having to hit pause, get out, do my thing, come back in, hit play on the podcast. And it's like, or the audiobook. It's like, I just want to hit the road, a boring, long AWS drive, and finish this book and feel good about myself. Other drivers, that drives them crazy. They cannot stand that. They want to get in and out of the truck. They want to be, lifting stuff. And, there are positions where you're rolling a pallet jack and you get your exercise in, I'll tell you that. But you got to unload your own trailer. It's going to take you about an hour or more of jacking up. Jacking up that jack, hauling those pallets. And some guys like that. Some women out here like that. You get your exercise in. I don't like it. It pisses me off. Then I get sweaty and then I'm like, crap, I gotta find a shower now tonight. It just drives me crazy. Anyway, I think the most important thing that you need to find, instead of asking the question of what's simply paying the most money, is you need to be asking the question on, does this company have a good reputation? What are other drivers saying about this company? Does this company offer things that I'm interested in doing? Let's say there's a company that only does flatbed and you despise flatbed, but it pays good. Personally, if you have another option that pays a little less that you're passionate about, take it. Seriously, follow your passion. Find out what your personality type's like. What type of driving position are you looking for? I mean, as of today, I'm driving like 6.5 hours and I have a whole self-serve dedicated account where I let myself in, I sign the paperwork, I file the paperwork, I grab the trailer, and I hit the road. And it's nothing but drive time on the way back. I love it. Other drivers hate it because it's so boring. But I'll tell you this. If you're interested in doing dry van, I've done a little reefer. I don't like it. It's not worth the few cents extra to me to babysit my trailer all the time. Out of everything I've worked in dry van, I think that the dedicated accounts are where the sweet spot is. I really do. Because there's consistent miles. You have the same customer. All you got to do is be responsible and be on time. You know the miles are going to be good. You get to know the location, so you're not having to chase down where the hell is this new place at. Gives you a little consistency in your life. The only downside you need to think about is home time. Because if you're on a dedicated account, there's a trade-off for that for that predictability that you're getting with the dedicated. That also means that company's relying on you because you're delivering to stores that have to have their product. And if you don't deliver, that store ain't getting their merchandise, and that town isn't getting that town's not getting their supplies, their water, whatever. So you got to realize when you take off for home time, it becomes even more important to have coverage to be able to get off. So you got to be careful when you're getting into that, because as a company driver, you really have no say in general, you really have no say on home time. You can put a request in, but if they decide to tell you, sorry, you're going to stay on the road, you're staying on the road. And if you're a company driver on dedicated, then you're kind of stuck. Now, as an owner-operator lease purchase, where, like me, I can make the decision. If I want off, I take off. I say, screw you, I'm going home. The other thing you got to think about on dedicated is, even though you can do that, how's that going to look to those people that you're trying to build a business relationship with? Because you're a business owner now. You're in business for yourself. And these are your business associates. So if you're pissing them off and leaving them empty-handed, you can do that, but you're not going to have a good relationship with that customer. I mean, what if a business treated you like that? Screw you. We'll get back to you when we feel like it. So you got to think about it. Money is the product of reciprocal altruism. That is the proper term for it. And all that means is it's a two-way street. When you add value to somebody else and they reciprocate that value by adding value to you, money is in turn created. So the name of the game to make more money in transportation is going to be, how can I, as a business owner over here, add value to these businesses over here and do a damn good job and make sure that my business relationships, the ones I'm picking, are with good people who I know are going to add value back to me. So you have to balance it out and make sure and communicate ahead of time. Takes a little more planning. But to be honest, I'm happy. I mean, as long as you're a good communicator, plan ahead, tell them when you want home time, it's usually not that big a deal. Anyway, that's enough for now, guys. I have pretty much, oh yes, we just rolled over on 30 minutes. So I have given you my entire 30-minute break. I'm giving. See, I'm adding value to you because I know you guys will add value back to me. I love seeing your comments, your likes. Be sure to